Hi everyone, it's Peggy Merwin with Stamp with Peggy. It is Monday, October 25th. It is the last Monday of October. Time is flying by. Okay, I'm checking my computer, so give me a minute. Hi Roseanne, thanks for joining. All right, let me get over here. Let me turn the volume way down. Okay, come on. All right, yay, we have a couple people with us. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. The weather on Saturday was wonderful, where we were anyways. Yay, Helen. We had Chili Fest, Merwin Chili Fest at Tony's dad's house. So the kids all came, the grandkids, the great-grandkids. The 6 great-grandkids all brought Halloween costumes and put those on and trick-or-treated great-grandpa. So that was fun. Hi, Patty. Thanks for joining. So we had a great day. Yesterday was rainy and gloomy, but we drove home and then Tony watched football and I did stamping stuff. And the weekend is over and we move on to the work week again. Coming up on Halloween on Sunday. Is everybody ready? I think I'm done making Halloween projects and cards. I am starting today with a fall one. I kind of want to count out. I might start doing some, 8 weeks of Christmas, or maybe I'll just wait until later and kind of do the 12 days of Christmas as we get a little closer. So I know I did some of that last year, so we'll take a look and see. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Jackie. Thank you guys for joining. Let's see. What do I have to tell you today? I want to share with you the projects that we did this month, or I should say September, for Paper Pumpkin. Every month, those of you who don't know, I do an alternative class. I do Peggy's Paper Pumpkin Party, and I come up with other projects besides what Stampin' Up! Has designed for the kits. So September, I did some extra projects because I was so late in getting that one out to them. But I did want to share quickly with you the projects that we did this month. And here we keep going down. So, all right. So instead of me playing with the camera, hi, Linda. Glad you made it. Robin, thank you. Okay, so let's turn the camera down. So close your eyes for a minute. Those of you who just joined, we're going to do a little wiggle and jiggle here. All right, give me just a minute. We'll get that down. I will turn this down. All right, here we come back up. So close your eyes again. And we're going to wiggle and jiggle a little bit while we get it back in the stand. All right, and I've got everything way too close to me. So let's do this. Okay, so this was the September Paper Pumpkin Kit. It was little treat boxes that you could make for Halloween, for Thanksgiving. The box turned into a wheelbarrow, which I have not done. And then on the back of the paper pumpkins, they give you some extra ideas that you can do with it. Okay, so like I said, I do this every month. If you have the kit already, the cost for the alternative class is $24. That includes the shipping. If you do not already subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, I will order a kit for you. So you'll get the whole kit, which comes with the stamp set and the ink spot, all that fun stuff. And then I do alternate projects with it. So we made a card just using the stamp set, okay, and then I added other cardstock to it. So that was one. Here's another one that we used a cutout. These had die cut leaves you popped out, and then we just stamped on the paper underneath. This one is cutting one of those boxes apart, using it as designer paper, and then adding the leaves and some little embossing. This was a fun one, cutting it apart and then turning it into a big pumpkin on the card. Okay. And this one, I saw Rachel Tessman did this and I just thought it was adorable. It has multiple layers and it opens up like this to expose the pumpkin and the land inside. And then it opens up again for your greeting inside. So this one was just kind of a fun dimensional type one. You've got double-sided pumpkins here with their fun little faces. Okay, and then let's see, what did I do? Oh, I already took the treat holder into work, so I can't share that with you. But oh, I fibbed. All right. Then we made a little treat holder with the pumpkins on the front of it, so you could put a little gift inside of there. And then the final project that I did for them is a framed art piece. Again, we used the little treat boxes and we cut leaves using the stitched leaves dies from last year, and then just added those and put them into a 5x7 frame. Okay, so that's what we did last month. I just got this month's kits, and it is Christmas cards with coordinating. It coordinates with the Peaceful Place designer paper. So I'm really anxious to be able to start designing with that one. And I forgot to print out the little flyer for the next one. The deadline is November 9th to sign up for it. It is a snowman, a pile of presents, and a tree. Little gift boxes that are open. You can put treats in, or you can put little gifts inside of it. And I'm anxious to see the pieces for that, to see what else I can come up with. Some cards, and who knows, maybe we can make it into a fun little framed art piece. And so we'll see what we do on that. Hi, Annie. Thanks for joining. Okay, tonight, let's see, what else? I think that's everything there. Okay, so tonight we are doing a fall project, and I am using a few stamp sets on this. Cheryl's having trouble with my internet, so may have to watch later. So fingers crossed, Cheryl, but if not, absolutely, you can join in later and check it out. So this project, actually, I will show it to you first. I tend to find different types of frame things all over the place. Hi, Susan. And I buy them not knowing what I'm going to do with them or when. So I had these fun little plaque type frames. You have to put a hanger on the back of it, but it's just kind of a fun, vintagey, chic, whatever, beat up type plaque. I had 6 of them. So I used one for tonight's project. I have 5 of them left. I have no clue where I bought them or when I bought them. Again, I'm trying to clear some things out and make room for new things. So I found these on a shelf and decided it was perfect to do a fun fall frame. Okay. And like I said, I used lots of stamp sets. And so I don't think I will show you the finished project yet. I think instead we will start building. Okay, so I have some pieces of basic white, and then of course I have layers and layers and layers. So I'm going to start first with, I used the Pretty Pumpkins stamp set and dies. I used this, and I used the leaf, and I also used the Well-Defined stamp set, and I used Gratitude. Okay, so I'm starting with my Memento ink, and I got to lay my stamps out here so I can find them. Okay, so the first one I'm going to start with is the Gratitude, and I'm going to ink it up with my Memento, and then I'm going to stamp it to the right and, I don't know, up about an inch, maybe kind of centered-ish, a little higher than centered. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp my pumpkin trio. And we're just going to stamp that in the lower left corner. Okay. Then I took a Post-it note and I stamped the pumpkins, and I cut out, because all I really care about is this right side. This is called masking if you've not done it before. So you're just going to lay that on top of our pumpkin. And then I'm taking this single leaf with a vine, and we're just going to stamp kind of over the top of that right pumpkin. And then you peel that off, and then that leaf sits right behind that pumpkin. It's not sticking on top of it. Okay, that piece is stamped. So then, let's see. Then we're going to use Gathered Together, which is also out of Pretty Pumpkins. And this time we're going to stamp it in the upper left. And then I'm using the leaves from Gorgeous Leaves. Those of you who did Fall Fest, we used that for those beautiful cards. There's no greetings in this one, but there's fun blotches and there's fun leaves. Okay, and they're again kind of that, I don't know, shabby chic-y. I don't know if that's even a term anymore, but it's kind of that rough. It's not supposed to look like it's fully stamped. Okay, and so we're going to use Cajun Craze, and we're just going to stamp it off to the right. And then, do I need this again? I do not. So let's just get it out of the way. Then I used Bumblebee. And I used the small leaf twice. So I inked it up once and I kind of stamped it to the left. And then I inked it up again and I stamped it to the right. Right down, like even kind of hanging off the bottom. And then I used Soft Suede with the long skinny stamp. And I just turned that one clear to the left, like that. Okay, kind of overlapping. We got a little mess going on here in the middle. That's okay. We're going to put a bow over that. So that will help hide some of that. Let's get those out of the way. Okay, all right. We'll wait and color everything at once. Okay, oops, and I just realized I forgot to cut 2 pieces. Okay, then I have 2 smaller pieces of basic white. And the first one, let's see, I used Nature's Harvest. And I used this, I don't know, coneflower, daisy-ish looking flower. I know I'm not good with my flowers. And I stamped it in the memento again. And I and I didn't get a chance even to put my sticker on yet. I kind of just stamped it off to the side, and I know it's hard to see how it's stamping when there's no sticker on there. But again, it doesn't really matter. You're just kind of fitting the flowers on there. Okay, and then on this final one, we're not even doing any of that type of stamping. So we're going to pull our Stampin' Blends in because you know I love those. All right, I'm using light soft suede. And I'm going to color in the stems of the pumpkin. And then I'm going to take the dark soft suede and just kind of give it a couple of little highlighting lines on that stem. And then I'm going to color back over it again. Kind of darkens and it gives you some light and dark areas a little bit. And again, I've told you before, you guys are much better at coloring than I am. Now I'm using the light Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to color my leaves, and this blend is about shot. The marker end is all squishy. Okay, so I'm just going to color my leaves. And again, I don't get real freaked out if I don't get it all because I'm going to come back over it again anyways. And then I'm going to do this one over here. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of give a little bit on that vine. And then I'm going to come in with the dark Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to follow those vein lines a little bit, just again to give us a little bit of depth to it. And then over here. Hi, Gail. Thanks for joining. How is Indiana? All right, and then I'm going to take the light mossy and go back over to kind of darken things and blend things. Back over here. And then right there. Okay, and then while I have that out, I am going to use the other end because this one needs to be thrown away. I'm going to color the leaves and the stems on the flowers. Okay, like that. And then again, I'm going to take the dark and I'm going to go back over it. Just kind of a little bit of lines. Give us a little bit of depth. And then back over with the light. Okay, there we go. And oh, yay. Oh, no, it's not good that they're sick, but it's good that you got to spend some time with them. Okay, while we're on the flowers, I'm going to use dark daffodil. And I'm just going to color those petals. And again, this one's really bad also. It's time I order some blends, huh? Every time I do, I forget what colors I need. I should just keep a piece of paper right here beside me. And then I took the orange. I don't want dark. I want light pumpkin pie. Nope, I did use dark. Sorry about that. Oh. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of go around the bottom or the top of the petals, the bottom of the brown part. And then I'm going to go down here. So we kind of sort of get a little bit of a rusty color, but not real rusty. And then I'm going to use the light soft suede up here. Last time I used the dark and it got really, really dark. Okay, so that one's colored. And then I kind of ignored my pumpkins. So now we're going to come back in with the light pumpkin pie. And we're going to color the big pumpkin. The whole thing with that. Okay, and then, let's see, we're going to take the dark and we're going to follow, actually we're going to take the dark and we're going to color this little one. Kind of forgot which way I did it. All right, and then, oops, that didn't close. We're going to take the light Cajun Craze and we're going to follow the lines and I kind of outline. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the darker pumpkin. And then I'm going to color the medium pumpkin. With the light Cajun Craze. Okay, then we're going to come in with the dark Cajun. And we're going to do that same thing. And then we're going to come back in with the light. And we're going to blend it all together so we don't have those streakies. And then we're going to take the dark pumpkin again. And we're just going to color. Whoops, I didn't mean to do dark on this one. Oh well, that's all right. And then we'll give a little darker to this one. Okay, so those are all colored. Now, and they're pretty, but they're a little stark. So we are going to take the small little blotchy out of Gorgeous Leaves and the crumb cake. Okay, and we're just going to ink it up and stamp it off and then fill in the white spaces. Because if you know me at all, you know I'm not real big on a lot of white space. Okay, so just like that, how different our flowers look. All right, and then, hi Sherry. Then we're going to do the same thing on these leaves. And it's okay if you miss some spots. You can go right over the top of your leaves even. Yeah, there and there. Okay. So look at the difference just in there by adding those dots in there. It kind of completely changes. I love the look of it. It kind of blended things, especially to go with that plaque frame for it. Okay, and along the bottom. Whoops, I forgot to color that little flowery thing. Okay, we'll add a little bit more right there. And then we have this one that is completely plain. So we're just going to kind of cover that one. All right. Put this way. I'm gonna have to change my paper this time, huh? Look at how icky that is. Okay, so we now just have to build our layers. And like I said, I just realized that I forgot to cut 2 pieces of early espresso for this. Okay, so I glued flat the white onto the Cajun, but then we're going to put the Cajun onto the Mossy Meadow with dimensionals. Okay. And then the Mossy Meadow goes onto the early espresso flat. And then dimensionals go on the back of the early espresso. So we just do that. And I'll have to go back later and cut some more espresso. So these 2 won't be completely done. But you'll still see the rest. Okay, and then like I said, this goes on to the Mossy Meadow. And I will show you the finished project. Like I said, I have 5 of these plaque frames left. So I will be doing an ordering special this week for anyone who places an order of $50 or more. By Friday, I will cut the pieces. I can't stamp, but I will do the die cutting for you. And then you will also get the frame, and I will mail a kit to you. Okay, so it's the first 5 people to place an order of $50 or more by Friday. Your $50 can be anything. Doesn't have to be these stamp sets. And if you don't have these stamp sets and you have other leaves and pumpkins and things, you can switch that out quite easily. There were a couple last year of leaves and things. I just don't keep any of the retired ones. I only use what's current. Okay, and then again, we're going to put the Mossy Meadow with snail or seal onto the espresso, but then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of the espresso. Okay, so there's one. Then again, we're going to put the white one down onto the Cajun flat. And then more dimensionals. And then onto the Mossy Meadow. And then, nope, not dimensionals on this layer. Onto the espresso. And then more dimensionals. Guys are being quiet tonight. So what did everybody do this weekend? Did we do some stamping? I know Linda Vanderspool did. She shared some pictures with me of what she stamped. Okay, now we're going to pull our frame in here, or our plaque, and we're going to, and I'm not going to attach these because I want to be able to use this plaque for you guys. Okay, but there's our gratitude, our gather, our plain one, which is missing the early espresso, and our flower, which is also missing the early espresso. Okay, and then I tied a bow with the bumblebee gingham. Linda, how many cards did you make this weekend? We're going to attach the bow with a glue dot. See, and we're just going to kind of put that right in there, and that covers all that mess in the middle. Okay, and then I cut one of the pumpkins out of Cajun Craze from the detailed pumpkin die, part of the Pretty Pumpkin bundle. These little pieces come out, but I put them back in, and then I just put dimensionals over to hold them in place. Okay, and the dimensional is also holding that leaf in place. Okay, and then we are going to, good, I'm glad you guys like this. You know I love framed art things, so anytime I can do a framed art something, I think they are fairly inexpensive to make, and I think they make fabulous gifts. Okay, and then I tied, oops, it's coming apart. I tied a double bow out of linen thread. So let me hang on to that and get that tied a little tighter. All right, and then we're using a glue dot again. Yeah, Annie, these are my colors for fall things. And yes, you could do this for every season. All right, and then I'm sticking the bow right onto there. Linda made 4 cards and organized and decluttered her table. I need somebody to do that for me. Mine is an absolute disaster right now. I'm still catching up after Fall Fest projects, which if you have not been seeing them, they've been posted on my Stamp with Peggy page, group, and on my blog. Okay, so make sure you check them out. Annie's already thinking that she might need to do that next year. So you guys will want to see the fun things that we did for that. Okay, and we're just going to cut those off, creating our little banner. And then we're not going to dimensional it. We are just going to put adhesive on it, and we're going to tuck it just underneath the edge of our pumpkin and stick that down. And then we need to add a little bit of bling to it. So I've got my rhinestone, my champagne rhinestones, and my take a pick tool, because that is the best way to grab those things. Okay, so we are going to just add some bling to our flowers. And then we're going to add some bling onto here. Oh, let's see. Let's put one there. Now let's put a couple over here. And then, let's see, that's an icky one. Then let's add a few onto this one. We got some blank spaces and we can fill those up with some rhinestones. And then let's put one more over here, okay? And so then again, we would have dimensionals on the back of all of this. And so we would just take those off and stick those right down and have a quick, fairly quick and easy framed art project that you could hang or use like a plate holder to hold it if you don't want to put it on the wall. Lean it against a shelf or whatever. It would be very pretty like that. Just a great gift. Be a wonderful hostess gift for Thanksgiving if you're not hosting, if you're going somewhere, to be able to give this to them. They would absolutely love it. Works excuse me, works throughout the whole fall season. So now as Halloween is done, and if you're not a Halloween decorator, you could definitely put it out. Gratitude, the feeling in my heart when I think about you. That's just a fun saying. And I forgot to go back in here and color this. So I colored it with the dark daffodil, and then I took the light pumpkin pie and kind of went over it again to give it a little bit of a really light rust color. It blends in then with these. Okay, so there's this week's project. Again, like I said, I have 5 of the frames. So the first 5 people to place a $50 order by Friday, I will get the pieces cut right away and get it in the mail to you as soon as the order is placed. Okay. Next week, I'm gonna pull in the flyer. I haven't even pulled out the products yet, but there is a brand new bundle coming out next week. It starts on Tuesday, so Monday is November 1st, so it will be perfect. Our projects next week will feature this Eden's Garden bundle. Okay, it is a stamp set and die set that will be in the spring catalog as it comes out. And then it has exclusive while supplies last designer paper, a kind of a cotton paper, and then some really pretty looking gems. Okay, the whole bundle, the stamp set, the dies, the 2 different designer papers, and the gems is $82. Otherwise, the bundle itself is $52. The designer paper is $15, $8, and $7. But again, these 3 items are while supplies last, and they will sell out right away. This special goes from November 2nd to January 3rd. I promise you, these will not last. If they last through the week next week, I will be shocked. Okay, we as demonstrators, so I just got mine in, I think last week, and like I said, have not even pulled it out to play with it, but this is what I'm going to use for next week's projects. Look how pretty that is. Ooh, I might have to pull out some of those little frames again and play with that. Okay. Yeah, Helen, I don't even have the gems yet, but they're just so pretty looking at them here. I can't wait to be able to have them and add them. I mean, just such pretty Christmassy type things, non-Christmassy type things. So this is what next week's project will be. Again, this you have until Friday, and I will get your kit out right away so that you have it immediately to be able to start designing and putting it together. Okay, so until next Monday, happy stamping and have a great week. Bye-bye.